Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Hindy from AndroidAuthority.com, and it's about that time to round up the best new Android games from the last month. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is a touching platformer adventure game where you must use two brothers in tandem to overcome obstacles and find the water of life to save your ailing father. It features decent graphics, unique controls, and various puzzles that you must overcome. The key dynamic is using both brothers simultaneously in order to solve puzzles and progress forward in the story. It's not overly long, but it's pretty good, and it has no in-app purchases. Heroes of Light 2 is a hack-and-slash dungeon crawler where you must explore a castle, slay some bad guys, and potentially even save a damsel in distress. You'll get to pick between two characters from a set of 4 to take on your quest, and each one has different strengths and weaknesses. The game has tons of quests, magic for you to unlock, and even some charming retro graphics to boot. The cost may seem high for what it is, but there are a ton of things to do, and there are no in-app purchases. Lifeline Whiteout is a text-based adventure game where you must help guide a man to safety. The core premise is that there is a man named Adams who is lost in some Arctic wasteland somewhere, and his only link to the outside world is you. You are to guide him through the various trials and tribulations in order to help him figure out what happened, who he is, and what's going on. It features rich notifications so you can play without opening the app, and it has Android Wear support as well. Mikkel Rama is a puzzle game where you must use various angles and movements to solve puzzles and progress to the next level. It's not quite as intricate as something like Monument Valley, but it's a fairly relaxing title that's perfect if you have a few minutes to kill. The graphics are simple, as are the controls, and you should have no problem jumping right in. The game is completely free to play forever, with the in-app purchases being for optional donations if you choose to reward the developer for their efforts. Never Alone Kai Edition is actually a port of a game that was released on the Nvidia Shield console earlier this year. This touchscreen-enabled version is much like the original, where you play as a young girl and her pet fox in order to outsmart enemies, solve puzzles, and move through levels. It bills itself as an atmospheric puzzle platformer, which is about as accurate of a description as you can get. It has decent graphics, fun mechanics, and a touching storyline. It also has no in-app purchases. Rodeo Stampede is a freemium infinite runner game where you must lasso animals and jump between them in order to progress through the game. It's made by the same company that did Crossy Road, and you'll see the similarities in both gameplay and graphics. During your adventures, you'll befriend animals, which are then displayed in a digital zoo for other players to view, and there you can get extra rewards based on how good your zoo is. It's free to play with in-app purchases, and not a bad way to kill some time. Goat Simulator is back with yet another ridiculous game that simulates the actual life of a real goat. Or something like that. This game features most of the same gameplay elements from prior games, except for this one allows you to actually build a space colony for you to rampage through. It features the largest map of any Goat Simulator game, various items and perks for you to unlock, and plenty of hilarity and mayhem to get yourself into. Much like other games in the series, you're either really gonna like it or really hate it. Skyforce Reloaded is a top-down shooter that channels the good old top-down shooters of old. You'll control a ship and fly around levels in order to kill bad guys, save people trapped on the ground, and dodge enemy fire. It has colorful, above-average graphics that do a good job of looking fantastic while also creating chaotic scenes for you to deal with. The mechanics are simple enough, and it takes a long time in order to finish the game. It is a freemium title, but it doesn't seem to be as aggressive about it as other titles generally are. Skater is, you guessed it, a skateboarding game that developers boast was created by skaters for skaters. It plays like other skateboarding games on mobile, where you play as a disembodied skateboard and your finger motions determine which tricks you do, what direction you travel, and how fast you go. It features character customizations, tons of places to skate, and fairly simple controls. This one is still wrestling with some early bugs, but it's not bad overall. Voz is a rhythm game, and one of only a few rhythm games that are actually any good. In this one, you play a variety of songs where you must tap, swipe, and hold at the appropriate times to get combos and rack up points. It has a perfunctory storyline about a girl and her friends who want to create a band. The gameplay is simple to learn, and the graphics, while simple, are utterly gorgeous. The mixture of the two creates an immersive gaming experience that's actually rather enjoyable. The in-app purchases allow you to purchase DLC, which is one of the few in-app purchases that don't suck. And that about does it for this one, folks. If you want to keep watching, we also have our Best Android Apps of the Month video on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out. The links for these games are in the video description if you want to check those out as well, and don't forget to keep it tuned to Android Authority because we are your source for all things Android. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.